Again, two epic steps for Bitcoin, guys. And yes, something really cool happened yesterday as well. Let's jump into the video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel. For the newcomers, my name is Didi. In today's video, I will talk about two amazing news items, four amazing charts, inspirational quote at the end. We're going to start first with this. I hope all the Bitcoin fathers had an epic Bitcoin Father's Day yesterday, guys. I hope your kids spoiled you with all kinds of Bitcoin goodies. Maybe next time buy them in our shop. The most epic thing happened yesterday to me as well, because one of the Bitcoin OG fathers, Adam Back, retweeted a tweet of the Bitcoin historian, which is also a guy in Bitcoin, Peter Rizzo, that I deeply respect. He tweeted, hey, this Bitcoin father, this must be the best father of the century because of going all into Bitcoin with his amazing family. And then Adam Back retweeted that and added to it, yes, this is epic. This is a father of the century going all into Bitcoin. That's mutual respect among Bitcoiners, which I really, really deeply appreciate. Yes, I love those things of this industry. That is why I am a Bitcoiner, because all the Bitcoiners stick together and help each other remember why we are in this industry, guys. Why do we support Bitcoin? Not only because of the wealth. Main goal is also freedom. And Adam Back and Peter Rizzo are one of those people that really understand the true core fundamentals of Bitcoin. And in my opinion, it's still a peaceful revolution that's going to provide us of freedom and also the next generation, which are my children, which makes it amazing for me to see these messages on Father's Day, guys. Now, let's now jump into the news. Now, the first news item, guys. I hope the wind is not too disturbing, but it's a very windy place here. But I hope this good mic here of DJI is doing its best to filter away all the wind. But the first news item is about Vietnam, guys. Vietnam is on a legalized Bitcoin and crypto, and it's even gonna train all their politicians in Bitcoin. They're gonna legalize Bitcoin, guys, and launch a national workforce training session to educate the national workforce on how to understand Bitcoin and how this Bitcoin introduction to the Vietnamese government is gonna happen, guys. That will turn, of course, into a strategic reserve also for Vietnam. Please understand, each and every country wants to have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. That is also why I tweeted yesterday, and I know it is an unpopular opinion, that's why I said unpopular opinion, but Israel and Iran, both countries hold more than 220,000 Bitcoins, guys. One of them almost 300,000 Bitcoins. So do you really think those wars that are happening now are happening again because of religion, or again because of, well, I don't know what else they make up, but for me, each and every war in history has been about oil, has been about land, has been about all those things that don't have to do anything with religion. People don't want to kill each other. That's not like in people's core, like human being. They don't want to kill, they want to love. But when the governments and the media and all of those people start to play games to set up a war so that they can conquer a country to grab all their oil or all their soil or all their whatever herbs is growing over there, yes, then people will indeed start to fight because they need to protect their land, etc. And I believe that these wars that we are seeing now are wars because of Bitcoin. And I said it already a couple of years ago in CNBC. I said the next war will be on Bitcoin. And they said, we don't know if we can't publish this because, yeah, that's really, really, really negative. I said, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And why? Because I told them at that moment, Iran started to incentivize their energy companies to mine Bitcoins. That's already 4 years ago that Iran said, hey, you know, we have these US sanctions, we can't use the dollar anymore, so we need to use some kind of other asset to import and export. Let's jump into Bitcoin. We are going to incentivize all our huge energy plants to create and mine Bitcoin. And that is what happened. Iran started to mine massive Bitcoins amount. By now more than almost 300,000 Bitcoins. So do you really think now we are invading Iran for religion, for whatever it is? Or do you really think, ah shit, those 300,000 Bitcoins could be a nice add to the strategic reserve of the other country that's attacking Iran, you know? I believe that is happening. I believe Bitcoin is such an important asset that there will be wars about Bitcoin, guys. But let's get back now to the news article. Vietnam is going to use a Bitcoin strategic reserve as well as making Bitcoin legal. Please understand that Vietnam is one of the top 30 global economies. These are global economies that are now starting to use and adopt to the Bitcoin strategy, guys. This is amazing news for Bitcoin. There is not enough Bitcoins for the demand that we are seeing at the moment, and definitely not for the demand that we will see in the future. This is going to be bigger and bigger and bigger. The demand is going to increase. The supply is not increasing. It will stay 21 million Bitcoins, guys. And these halvings will make less and less Bitcoins available each 4 years, new Bitcoins available, which will lead in the end to the year 2140 for the last Bitcoin will be mined. And there will be a mining war in the last 116 years now towards that last Bitcoin to be mined. But all the other countries are also buying up those Bitcoins. Do you know who they are buying from? From the weak hands, from the hands that are now selling Bitcoins for a little bit of profit at 100K while they can take millions of profits in the far future. That is where they buy their Bitcoins, from all those people at home that think that Bitcoin is going to crash to zero again. Let's now jump into the second news item. The second news item, guys, is about crypto-backed loans. You read it all over the news. People are using crypto-backed loans. Why are they using crypto-backed loans? There's only two simple reasons for that, guys. The first reason, if you use your Bitcoin as a collateral to get a loan, you are not selling your Bitcoins, and by that you're not creating a taxable event. So then people don't need to pay tax because they didn't sell their Bitcoins. So that is one of the reasons why they are using Bitcoin as a collateral, guys. They will take your Bitcoins as a collateral at one of the lending platforms, use the Bitcoin as a collateral, get a 50 or 60% BTC loan, and by that didn't exit the Bitcoin position, because if Bitcoin goes up in price, they are still exposed to Bitcoin. So they still own their Bitcoins, but they're using US dollar to live life. So they are not selling Bitcoins, not a taxable event, so they skip to pay tax. And the second reason is they are still in Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes up, they want to keep supporting Bitcoin because they understand that Bitcoin will go higher and higher. And the moment that Bitcoin goes up, they still have their Bitcoins. And then they can pay back that loan of the increase of the price of those Bitcoins. That's how simple it works, guys. They can pay back the loan of the increase of the price of those Bitcoins. That is why people start to use collateral. Now, of course, there is a third reason for this. The third reason is that each and every Bitcoiner, also me, has the same problem. We have the same problem. If we go to a bank with our Bitcoins and we're like, we would like to buy a house or get a mortgage, they will always, nah, we don't trust Bitcoin. We don't trust Bitcoin. That's the thing that we don't trust. We can't give you money because you own Bitcoin. It doesn't have value. Even though Bitcoin has proven now to be the best performing asset of the last decades, the banks still are not completely there yet. Now, so to request a mortgage to buy a house, for example, is very difficult. Now in Spain, for example, you can already buy a house with Bitcoin, but then again, you also need to prove where the funds came from. So you need to show them your whole history of buying Bitcoins, making profits, etc. Now, to avoid all of that, you can go to Aave or any other lending platform, use your Bitcoin as collateral, within 10 minutes have a shitload of dollars or euros or USDT and buy any real estate anywhere all over the world. That is how it works. So we are buying real estate or any other thing that we need in life by using a Bitcoin as a collateral, and at the same time we're still exposed to Bitcoin's growth because we love Bitcoin to grow. Does the Bitcoin value go up? We can take a bigger loan or we can pay back the interest and the loan. That's how people do it. Should you be doing this also now at the bull market top? I don't know. I would only do this at the bear market bottom, because then you know for sure that Bitcoin goes up and you will be able to pay back the loans, etc. You could play the game at the bull market top as well. A good friend of mine, Morty, taught me that. He's like, Didi, you can also use it at the bull market top. How can you use it? As a sort of liquidation point. So you take your Bitcoin to the collateral, you loan your USDT, and if Bitcoin now crashes with 10 or 20%, that's your liquidation level. You lose at 20%, but you still have the dollars. Same like opening a trade, a leverage trade, you also have this liquidation level. Then now you use that loan as a liquidation level, so you don't top up your Bitcoins, you just get liquidated, you lose your Bitcoins, and you have a shitload of USDT. So yeah, you can also do it in the bull market top, but for me, bear market bottom is safer. Now, that were the two news items for the day. Let's now quickly jump into the charts inside because it's less windy over there, guys. Use my special link down below here to sign up to Bybit and claim your amazing bonus up to 30,000 US dollar. You will receive $30 for just signing up. Use my link down below and click it now. The first chart for today, guys, is a 4-hour chart. I told you on Friday, this green line is going to be support. Look what we did. We kept support in the 4-hour on that green line. We are now again going up. So we are exploding outside this volume area. The next resistance again is this red line. Red line 109K is the resistance. So let's hope for a very positive Bitcoin week in June now. Happy Father's Day week. And now let's go all the way up to that resistance again at 19. And let's break it. Let's just break it and go to 120K. Let's hunt for the target 120K now in the next 2 weeks of June. That will be an epic move, of course. Zooming out to the weekly, we can see also there that green line, that resistance of the previous top over here is holding out as support, which is amazing. The red closing candle over there was an indecisive candle. This green candle is a little bit more bullish again, so let's hope we create a couple of bullish weekly candles to hunt for that 120K. That would be the normal Bitcoin movement in these bull markets. Yes, all the way to 160K in the top somewhere in September, beginning of October, guys. That is my target still for Bitcoin. I have some amazing other charts to show you the perspective of other traders as well. Over here, this is the first one. I found this one on Twitter. I think it was Merlin. I don't know for sure anymore. Merlin. I think it's something with Merlin. He's like on the 3-day chart. We can see a left shoulder. We can see a head. We can see a right shoulder. If we calculate the breakout line, the target would be around 140,000 US dollar. Of course, he also understands when we break out, we pull back, test that support, and then go up again. Now, we still need to make the shoulder, but that shoulder could lead, in his opinion, to 98,000 US dollar. For me, a weak shoulder is also okay. Let's just go up again and make some happy times. Then we have the 1-day chart. I should have showed this one before, sorry for that. This 1-day chart is of course showing what I also showed you a couple of times. This is trader Alan. He's also stating now, hey, that golden cross, we must not forget, guys. This golden cross is important. Why? This was the previous golden cross. That was a run of 70%. The golden cross before that was over there. That was a run of 124%. The golden cross before that was there. That was a run of 50%. So we just had that golden cross. I told you this already months ago. Hey, we are going to make that golden cross. What is the target now? 50%, ending up at 150K. 124%, ending up at 229K. My opinion will be 160K, exactly in between. We will be outperforming, in my opinion, the 50% move. We will underperform the 124% move. We will be a little bit equal with a 70% move, probably something like that, all the way till there. That is my bull market top target. And look, every time, just to be very clear, when this happened during these run-ups, these explosive runs in Bitcoin, it every time was going higher. And when we reached the top, then okay, we pulled back a little bit. But every time we went higher, we didn't go lower than that level of the golden cross. We went higher. So that is why buying Bitcoins at these levels, for me, is still cheap as fuck. Because if I buy 100K Bitcoin, and I can sell it in a couple of months for 150K, I made 50K profit. I made a car as a profit. I made the down payment of a house as a profit. I don't know, maybe a year's salary for some people as a profit. So please understand, this move still needs to play out. And just look at how it goes up and comes down, goes up, comes down. Look here, same, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, and then after the second down, bam. First down, second touchdown, bam. That is the move that we are all expecting. Please understand it. Then if we zoom out a little bit more to the weekly, we see a chart. Also, I found this on Twitter at 3A Trader Allen. He's talking about ascending, broadening wedges. And this is just a little bit educational. What is an ascending, broadening wedge? That is these two blue lines. You see this? One goes very steep, one goes a little bit less steep, and the price starts to move in between those lines. Maybe when I draw, it's more clear. So we go to the top of the line, we come down, we go to the top, we come down, we go to the top, but the wedge keeps broadening. That is the ascending, broadening wedge, guys. Now, then we get into this pattern over there, sideways, downwards a little bit. That's the pullback. Let's look up, down, up, down, up. Then again, ascending, broadening wedge. You see? Every time we make the same move. We just had that pull down. Now we are in that wedge. We went to the top, we went to the bottom. The next stop of this wedge is higher. The next stop is there, 120K. And then again, we could pull back. And then again, the top will be 160K. And then again, I think that's the start of the bear market. That is how Bitcoin moves. Amazing chart. That were the charts for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed these charts. Hope you learned something from the charts. Let's now jump into the next part of the video. I hope you really enjoyed the charts, guys. Yes, short term, a lot of volatility, which is amazing for the traders, which is also amazing for my trading algorithms. The spot and the inverse perpetual both are performing really well in this market, guys. Long term, still the same target. My target for the bull market top is the end of 2025 towards October, and I still believe the top will be maximal 160,000 US dollar. Of course, we can wiggle all the way to 200K. I would be really surprised and I would also be really happy, but for me the bull market top of this one is 160,000 US dollar in October, guys. That were the charts. Let's now jump into the last part of the video. Again, sorry for the wind, guys. I just hope it didn't interfere with the noise too much, because I record these videos, then I edit them inside, guys. The inspirational quote for today: a winner is just a loser that tried one more time. That is as simple as it is. The winner is just another loser that tried one more time. That is how you should look at life. Of course, in life, you have ups and downs. Those downs will make you stronger. Those ups will make you more confident. But every time that you lose or that you have a down, you just give it another shot. You just try it one more time. And after trying multiple times, you will turn into a winner as well. It is simple as that. You can't give up at your first try. Most people won't succeed at their first shot. They need a second, third, fourth, maybe even fifth opportunity, or trying for the fifth time. But never give up. Keep trying one more time, because that last one more time, that could turn you into that winner or achieving that goal that you want to achieve. Because the winner was also a loser until he tried it one more time, and then he became the winner. That's with everything in life. Small things, big things, achievements, goals in life, dreams that you want to pursue. Everything in life, it is all about the same. Whatever happens in life, you can sum it up in 3 words. Life goes on. How big the dip is, life goes on. How much you lost with trading, life goes on. And if life can go on, you should always give it another try. And by giving it another try, you will be able to turn into a winner. Not through giving up. Everyone that gives up will never become a winner, guys. That is the inspirational quote for today. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. What do you think about the news? What do you think about Adam Beck's tweet about my Father's Day? What do you think about the charts and everything else that I talked about in this video? Let me know down below. I wish you an amazing start of the week, an amazing Monday, an amazing week. Hopefully see you tomorrow again in the next video with a little bit less wind, hopefully. Bam!